Hello and welcome to the grand finals of the British Esports Overwatch Open Division Div 2 finals.
Yep, where we have two amazing teams, Global Academy
and LMC, and also two amazing casters. My name is Alex.
And I'm Will.
And we'll be taking you through today's best of 7 game. And to start off with the teams, two very strong teams. Obviously, this being the grand final in the elimination stage, only one map drop between them. All games for LMC being 3-0s, and obviously Global Academy dropping one map, but still two very strong teams,
yeah,
you'd have
definitely.
to say, based off those results in this elimination stage.
They both fought their way here, they both deserve to be here, and let's hope it's a good one.
Yeah, and we can also talk a bit about LMC, as we have casted them before in previous weeks. I think we saw them take a very strong 3-0 win, a team that heavily invested into sort of the Sigma, RAM comps, these brawly comps that they really made good use out of. As for Global Academy, not a team we've seen before, but obviously they've made their way to the grand final. It'll be exciting to see what they bring to the board.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be really good. We're just coming out of a patch, and we're going to see a shift in meta as well, which might lend more towards those RAM comps as well, with the Orisa nerfs.
Obviously, for the past few weeks, sort of an Orisa deadlock, really. But no recent nerfs to her, meaning that more of these other tanks, we're seeing some regions like to play Winston again, others just opting for the Ramatra or for the Sigma.
Much more flexible meta.
Yeah, especially around the main tanks. Not much changes in terms of support and DPS. I mean,
Sojourn's very strong, Lucio very strong, Kiri very strong.
The Lucios, the Sojans, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I see, as we say, usually like at this level, in this grassroots esports, we see sort of pocket picks that usually come out. Junkrat and Mercy being a big favourite in these games. Usually, not to stereotype, but usually the weaker teams that we see usually go for these where they've got that one sort of star player.
Definitely.
But I mean, for these teams at this level, you'd like to see that more coordination come out.
You're in grand finals, you want to see more stability. You want to see these organised teams.
Yeah, really looking for, coordination with ultimates, where you can see and you can tell that these teams are really communicating and working towards the same goal, rather than just one player getting a bad back, carrying four others with them. One
Junkrat getting a 5-man tire. It's like, okay, that was a team fight. That was revolutionary.
But I think we can say for LMC, as we have casted them, obviously playing big into those broad comps, we know they're a team that are sort of led by their main tank, Arhug. I think we saw them get quite a few highlights the last time they played. Certainly someone to watch out for, someone that will be wanting to make an impact in this grand final for their team.
Oh yeah, definitely. And a good Ramatra player can, be this sort of core for the team, create this good synergy around them.
Absolutely, yeah. And also, in terms for Global Academy, that means looking out for this tank and really how to shut them down, potentially.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Maybe just running for this sort of tank buster sort of thing where you just go Zen on you just play for bullying them, if that's what you think the threat is. It can just work sometimes in these sort of scenarios, especially on a map pool that's got a lot of brawl options that are very popular. Kings Row, Lijiang, a lot of scenarios where you can play for pressuring them, maybe with a Mei, maybe with a Zen, just something where they force them to a choke and can play around the map.
And speaking of the map pool, we do know for the first map we will be going into Lijiang Tower. I think we're having a few issues with players getting into lobby, but we'll get that sorted for you. We'll try and get a quick time frame. But unfortunately for now, you're stuck with us. What else is there to talk about? I mean, I'm just looking forward to an exciting game. We could do cheeky predictions.
Another thing in the patch notes. Where Venture got nerfed. One-shot combo got nerfed, but breakpoints.
Yeah, it's still potentially there. I don't think we saw much. I wasn't here last cast, but did we see much Venture?
I think there was any. I think.
Yeah, it feels weird. It's weird for a new hero to be like this early available into the game, but yeah, probably not going to see much Venture. Maybe a team wants to pick it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, as you said, 2 strong teams. Any predictions for you going into this game?
For me, it'll be LMC. I think. We've cast them before. We're more experienced. We know what they're going to do, and I feel like they've got the stability, and we understand how they play. We know that they can play well. I think it'll be, for score-wise, I think it'll be 4-2, 4-1 maybe. I think they're a very strong team. I think they've got a lot of potential.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm being a main tank player. I'm big on the R-Hug train. I like to see them get their hands dirty and really guide their team. For the sake of equality, maybe I should say that Global Academy, I would like them to win, but I can't really say that. I'm with my boy R-Hug. I'm rooting for LMC. I think maybe I can see Global Academy putting up a fight, maybe a 4-2, a 4-3 maybe, but I don't think it'll go that far. But I think I'll stick for a 4-2 for LMC.
Yeah, I think I'll have to go with a 4-2 as well. I won't lie. I do think that's the sort of angle there's going to be. Maybe they pick up a control map. Control can be a bit flip-floppy and may not decide the rest of the map. You pick up a point here or there, that you wouldn't otherwise get on other map points.
Yeah, I mean, it might come down to sort of pocket strats that Global Academy have that might not be expected by LMC. We'll see what happens, though, when we do get into lobby.
Yeah, we should be soon.
Yes.
So with the nerf to Venture, we might see more Tracer being played, right? They play this sort of similar position, right? Off-angle sort of pressure, fast in and out. They can go with the dive. They can play on their own. Very
sort of close range harassment, really. Threat of one shots. Obviously, slightly harder for Tracer, I'd say, but obviously it being taken out of the game for Venture now, or not slightly taken out, but very much harder to do. But yeah, I have a feeling that you're right. We will see a lot of Tracer, especially looking to harass his back runs. So we can talk more specifically about Lijiang scene, so we know that's where we'll be heading. I can see maybe a lot of Kiriko really on maps like Lijiang Gardens. You see Monkey sometimes, but even with the Ram comp, like the Kiri, especially if you've got a good Kiri player at this level, they can really land their shots, get some kills.
Yeah.
Also that rush as well with the Kitsune rush with the Nemesis form can be really deadly if you're a match. You can just get onto the back.
I do agree. I think regardless of what comp you're playing, I think you want to see a Lucio here, right?
Yeah.
He's been very dominant for a long time, and there's a lot of comps utilize him, and they utilize him well. Whether it's a Ram comp, whether it's a Monkey comp, doesn't matter. A lot of the teams will use this Lucio Kiri backline, where they can be very dominant and have this tempo control.
Yeah, and also the off-angle control that Kiri provides, that Lucio provides as well by helping his flankers. Both can really work well with the Tracer, or also just with the tank, obviously the Suzu being a still, in my opinion, broken ability.
It is very strong.
The heal it provides, the invulnerability on a really short cooldown. I mean, it does so much to help.
It can also cleanse DPS passive as well, which in recent, recent months, it's proved to be very strong, especially with these sort of off meta picks like Hog or Malga even, where you can sort of just keep them sustained no matter what they throw at them.
Yeah, and then also bring the damage as well.
Yeah.
Be good to see that. Baptiste as well. I mean, a lot of it really, it seems to be the flex supports and the tanks that we talk about most that really bring a lot to the teams.
Yeah.
The DPS wise, you can really sort of work anything in, but it's a lot of the Kiri, a lot of the Baptiste right now for flex support. We're not really seeing any Ana. That nano boost and the sort of healing style isn't really what teams are going for right now. It's more the DPS output.
I agree. Even with Monkey comps where Ana's the traditional pick, we're seeing this Lucio Kiri backline more so. It just enables, and the sheer healing output that Kiri can do alongside the damage output.
It feels more dynamic, and the teams can do much more
definitely.
with it.
And plus, Kitsune is a very strong ult still. You're not really losing anything from losing Nano Boost, but you're gaining a lot from having Kitsune.
Yeah.
We're almost ready to go in.
Yeah, should be getting players sorted now. The tech issues should hopefully be over, and we'll be able to bring you this first map of the best of 7. Really looking forward to it. I think, again, 2 strong teams, so hopefully it'll be very good. And I believe we are heading into map now. And
we're starting Control Center.
Yes.
Which we've seen in past forever that it's very popular Brawl comp map.
A very popular map in general, and a very popular Brawl map at that. I think it'll likely we see the Ramatras, maybe Baptiste, maybe Kiri.
Occasional
as for DPS,
random
I think we've seen Junkrat potentially, but I think Hanzo's as well.
Yeah.
So going in.
We do see the Hanzo actually.
Yeah, we do see Hanzo, but interestingly, quick pause.
Very strong in these sort of chokes, especially with the changes that they've had. So he's much more on spam than he is the one shot, right? If you find out these chokes, going to be so much damage, especially onto this Ram. He's not be able to move very well. This is issues. Shouldn't take too long. There we go.
So just get that sorted. Yeah, on the side of LMC, quite interesting. We've seen a sim come out for the TP, I believe.
Yeah, both teams do it. LMC running with the Ana Ilari backline, which is very interesting. Very interesting.
You see the sim gone back to a Sojin. Yeah, interesting on the side of LMC. A fairly standard comp, you'd say, on the side of Global Academy. Maybe you'd have something else instead of the Hanzo, but obviously that one-shot potential.
I mean, there's options. There's the Sojin option. There's Cast even. Sometimes I see people on this off angle with Ash as well.
Yeah, but getting into this one to watch will be that Ilari. Obviously, a lot of damage if you can land your shots. That's Yipper going very low, having the recall force. That's Arctic Sky being traded out by Party Dead. Arhug getting the trade onto the Lucio. Yipper going straight to the backline, finding I2. And Arhug falls as well to Timo. Maple claims one back with a nice headshot onto Lucky. But I think this is going to be first cap going in the way of Global Academy.
That is. Yeah, it's a very messy first fight. A lot of trades going on. You know, give and take.
Yeah, so quite a few nice shots coming out from Timo on the Hanzo here. See Yipper just picking up their Kiriko from spawn.
Yeah. Timo on 80% ult charge already. This is just, shooting down chokes, building his ult so quick. It's very strong ult on this map, right? Tight corners, tight corridors. You can definitely zone also so heavily.
One to note as well, we see the swap onto the Baptiste from Ghost. A lot of damage being put out. That's the Nemesis form forced early from Arhug. The Sojin has full charge. You look to find a shot. No, gets taken down by Party Dead. That's the second time Party Dead's found a first pick. The Dragon Strike does go out. I don't think catches anything. Yipper finds a second onto Ghost. And I think this is going to be another clear up. It finds a nice third there with the Pulse Bomb onto Arctic Sky. Arhug claiming one back on Party Dead. But it's too little too late, really, for LMC. As Timo's going to get a nice pick as well. And that's the second fight going the way of Global Academy, building up to a 50% lead here on Control Center.
Really good from Global, just punishing that Sojin who wanted to go too aggressive too early.
Yeah, two ults used both by the DPS. You can see that Timo's on his way to getting another Dragon Strike, already nearly at that 50%.
Yeah.
Only 2 ults on the side of LMC, one on the Annihilation and the Captive Sun. On that Ilari, can be looking to Maple to catch quite a few with that passive.
Lucky's going to have to save Suzu for that as well.
Yeah. You see that's both Nemesis forms used very early by both Ramatras. Yipper drops very low, and that's both Nemesis forms going out. The lamp is invested by Ghost, but they're so low and not getting any healing. That's Arhug finding 2 with the Nemesis. Snipe Dog finds one back. Arctic Sky gets one onto Lucky in the mix. Yipper claiming another as well. That Snipe Dog falling, but at the hands of Maple with a very nice headshot. Yipper trying to do so much. You see Party Dead on the way back. It's Yipper against the world right now on this Tracer, but I think it's just delaying the inevitable. It looks like the cap will go to LMC. I2 on that Ash swap from the Sojin, finding one onto Yipper, stopping that contest. And a really nice first sort of percentage gain from Global, up to 95%. That's a 1-fight territory. They can just build ults now on this attack, look to gain like 5 ults, run at this point, run at LMC and try and take the first point.
Absolutely. I think it's up to Yipper again to force this lamp with Pulse, or at least get a pick with it in the better scenario, right?
See, that's the rush being early. Captive Sun coming out in response. Only one ult used in the previous side. The Captive Sun lands onto quite a few. Not finding one yet, but Party Dead dies with the beat. That could have saved his team, but no, it doesn't come out. Maple finding a nice pick. Yipper does get one back onto Ghost. So that's 2 supports on the field, one for each team. That's the healing pylon down as well. Yipper doing so much, trying to find Maple. Can they get them? Nice blink melee, takes down Maple, sorry. But Maple finds one in return, and I2 finds Snipedog as well. Arctic Sky finds another, and I think it's just the supporters left for Global Academy, and they're going to have to back up and go at it again. A nice opening fight, but I mean, Party Dead dying to the Cactus Sun with the beat.
Yeah, dying with the beat is really bad. It's like, you know, you can switch momentum around. You counter beat the Sun, and you just re-engage, right?
Yeah, but obviously getting caught out, it didn't go out, and that's another fight off Global. You see they're making their advance to this high ground now. So they're trying to make a bit. Snipedog falling very low, only has the Kiri Lucio. Not a lot of sustain really when you've got 5 people shooting at you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice few shots coming out from Arctic as well.
And
got this tac visor
so many
online,
ults though.
That's one to watch out for.
Window
a lot
visor.
of ults on the side of LMC, coming up to 5 ults. That's Snipedog finding the healing pylon early with the Nemesis form. And that's Arhug and Snipedog actually trading, both with the Nemesis form. A nice burn onto Yipper, finds them. The cap does go back in favour of Global Esports. We're in overtime now. All pressure's on LMC. That's beat coming out from Party Dead. So many ults are coming in. The Captive Sun is online as well. That gets thrown out, lands on quite a few. Catches Party Dead after the beat has worn out. Maple finding a second onto Snipedog. And a third onto Lucky with that Captive Sun again, lasting so long. And that's going to be the cap going back to LMC after a lovely 3k from Maple. And now so much pressure onto Global Academy, who used 2 or 3 ults in that fight.
LMC only used Sun. That is really well managed.
5 ults on the board and didn't only use one of them. That got so much value that they didn't even need the rest.
Like, they keep Window Visor, which is insane.
And that's Yipper falling early, going for the touch. Nemesis form, Annihilation, sorry, used, finds the lamp, finds Ghost. Window does get thrown out, finds a second onto I2. The bomb is thrown out by I2 though, from the grave, finds 2, Snipedog claims a third, but it's Maple again, cleaning up the field for LMC. And the first point is basically a reverse sweep for LMC.
Snipedog against the world that last fight, it felt like he was the only one existing. I think everyone just got torn apart by the window just before anything could even be done. He engages this Ramble, gets 3, and is unable to pick anything else up because trying his best.
Finding sort of a Ghost in a weird situation where the lamp got forced so early, and then still claims the lamp and Ghost after that. But yeah, I mean, for Global Academy, you have to say that in the fights, it felt like Beat went missing in a few fights. And then the one fight it came out, it just got very nicely weighted out by LMC. And that Captive Sun doing so much damage, obviously lasting a long time after it lands on you.
It's like 6 seconds now.
That passive, where if you take damage, it explodes.
I think the fight where the Sun came out, just, you know, you needed to re-engage with that beat and just flip it around. They just didn't. We see a replay of something.
Yeah, but replay coming out. We can see over to the Orisa for Global Academy. And now they're just looking to take this point. I believe they used the TP at the start, just trying to get map position. That's an amp used very early from Party there, just trying to sustain the team. Maple dropping so low, but just surviving, I think, with the help of Ghost there and a lamp.
Yeah.
We can see LMC looking to just take angles all around. This Genji as well, putting so much pressure.
Forces really early.
Yeah.
Quite badly started.
You see Maple dropping very low as well, the pressure of dying, and Snipedog finds a nice kill. There's also Arhook very low. Still have Ghost on the back T surround, so they will have some good healing.
Arhook healed up.
Yeah, but this first cap just going to Global Academy, very uncontested really. And with this Orisa, I think they're just happy. That's Arhook being burnt very well. Some nice focus fire. Ghost falling as well soon after. A deflect on the high noon from I2 finds Timo, but I don't think it's going to change much.
Global's ult build rate was very impressive.
Pulse bomb thrown out at the end from Yipper, but...
Yeah, they get both support ults already. LMC come up to the window, but their Sun's a little bit far away. If they get engaged fast enough and are able to prevent them from building more ults, they can easily win this next fight.
Yeah, I think a lot coming down to Party Dead with the B, or at least the cleanse on the on Lucky as well.
I agree.
See how this goes. You also see Cassidy is back as well.
Got his horse. He wants to walk in with that, I think.
This is Arhug walking aggressive. That's the Captive Sun going out. Beat comes out in response. The lovely time beat means that Ilari passive is not going to do much damage. Ghost falls early to Yipper. Party does get traded out by Arhug though, and that's the Annihilation coming in. Arhug finding another I2 finds Timo after they claim Arctic. Snipedog finding one onto Arhug though. That's the tank duel, one for Global Academy. But I think the cap just does come through for LMC. Just not much else that the surviving members of Global could do. Just opting to give up the point, regroup.
Yeah. LMC also forced Beat from Party Dead, which means their blade could be, you know, very impactful.
Well, you see Snipe Dog going very aggressive here, potentially looking for that Terror Surge. Uses it to catch the blade, finds the blade, takes the blade out, only after it claims one though. So a good trade of ultimates there in favor of Global Academy. But it's Maple finding Luck in, Arhug finding Party Dead. I think this might be another fight in the way of LMC, but Snipe Dog has something to say about that, finds Maple. That's been one of the big threats for Global Academy right now, but Yipper just decides to jump off the map. They're going to take the reset.
Yeah.
Bit too much for a messy fight.
Global used a lot there. They committed a lot to a lost fight.
They did, yeah, but they're still ahead in percentage.
Yeah.
You know, they can take another fight. LMC, 2 ults on the board, come to 3, depending on how fast Maple can charge the ultimate, which I suspect will be very fast.
It has been quite fast up until now,
With the shots they're hitting, we've seen a lot of headshots coming out. I believe that will be a Captive Sun, already up to 90%. Yeah, that healing as well.
The cast so much. Very low.
Yeah, I would see Global Academy trying to work their way up, just get cooldowns out. That's the Nemesis form from Arhug gone down. That might be an option as well. Tracer drill 1 early for Yipper. That's putting so much pressure onto LMC. Their flanks are not covered. But a lovely Captive Sun coming out, finds Party Dead. Maple finds Snipe Dog. That's 2 for them. But Timo with a high noon from the point, I believe, finds out to Sky and Ghost. And Maple finding a third. It's really between Maple and Timo right now in this team fight. But I think that's the cap that's going to go straight back to LMC.
They might be able to catch some staggers here as well.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
Now they get out. Okay.
Still holding on to this Annihilation as well. Not many ults on the side of Global Academy, but 3 for LMC. Again, winning the fight off of 1 Illari Captive Sun. Very good for LMC and really getting into last fight territory here.
LMC's ult efficiency is very good. I do like it.
Very good, yeah. You see now, there's going to have a beat online. A lot is going to be resting on the hands of this beat and Kiriko Rush on the side of Global Academy. That's the Orisa going very aggressive. Ghost falls early, the window was used. Snipe Dog finding 2. That's a beat and Annihilation thrown in for the mix. Can Snipe Dog find another? Finds the healing pylon. A lovely boop, I believe, from Party Dead. Finds Maple. And this might be the flip coming back in flavor of Global Academy. Party Dead falling low, and they're going to take down Arhug. And yeah, oh, lovely spear at the end there just to find I2. And the cap does go back in favor of Global Academy. But it's going to be a last fight again. A lot of ults used. The Terror Surge available for Global Academy. Nothing on the side of LMC. It's going to come down to raw mechanical
Maple
skill,
does switch to Lucio for the recontest.
Yeah, go for the speed there. See Yipper coming close to this pulse bomb as well. It's going to be crucial that they land it realistically on Ghost, taking out all the healing. And that's the touch coming up for I2. Johnson very low. Snipe Dog finds him. That's a great start for Global Academy. Pulse bomb thrown in, but goes wide. Terror Surge thrown in, catches 2. High noon as well, catches 2 off the back of the Terror Surge. The lamp falls as well. Timo finds a third onto Arctic Sky. A nice right click as well. Finds Arhug. And Timo cleans up the point for Global Academy and ties up Lijiang Tower. A lovely quadra kill at the end there.
Timo looking deadly on this Cassidy.
Yeah, and that right click as well at the end. Oh, it was a bit of a nice little flick there with the most inaccurate gunshots in the game.
We're seeing 3rd point Lijiang, which is, you know,
it's rare to see a game of this part, and both maps being
absolutely
going to 99 to 99.
I'm gonna see a little replay very quickly. There we go.
I believe.
Oh. Nope.
I'll try and get the replay for you at the end of the round. I believe it was, yeah, it was going to be the quadricle onto Timo. I believe we'll try and get that sorted for you after the game, because an amazing play that I'd like to see again. Let's see.
Here we see the Sim TP again from both teams.
Yeah, back onto the remark Ramiro now. Still LMC opting for the... oh, never mind, not the remark Ramiro. I'm sorry, it's the Orisa again. Maple
catching Timo. Oh, Maple.
Yeah, I mean, swapping out...
Very big pick.
Swapping out the Arlari for the Lucio. Arhug finding a quick pick as well. Maple finding 2. Obviously not losing their slaying potential on this Lucio from the Arlari. I2 finding an Arctic. Much of a team wipe, really.
Theoretically, Arhug shouldn't be able to do a whole lot against this Orisa, but, you know, if Maple's catching picks and...
No, but I mean, you say that, but they're still finding value. They're doing a good job of sort of waiting out the Orisa cooldowns and then just looking. They're always consistently finding 1 or 2 picks on the squishies on the side of Global.
Big poke damage.
Yeah, one to note, Timo is back on this Hanzo, something that we saw Global have quite a bit of success with in the first round. Yes, they didn't win the round, but a lot of damage being done. But lovely tracking from Arctic, finds Timo across the map. You see Yipper in the backline, but there's just not a lot of consistent damage coming out that Hanzo provides. In the first cap, as Mystic goes to LMC, and it's building up constantly. This very long fight, so much damage coming out onto the Arista, from Global Academy.
Teemo back to the Cassidy.
Go very aggressive. I think Maple's looking for a boop, but it's a gold Arista. Maple falls looking for the boop. That's quite unlucky. Party Dead finds a nice boop onto Ghost. Snipe Dog taking down Arhug as well. Pulse Bomb thrown out by Arctic Sky. And I2 claims one back, but it's going to be Yipper cleaning up the fight for Global Academy, and the flip will come around.
Teemo go back to this Cassidy. I think it's the right play, to be honest. You can punish Maple much more aggressively from being, aggressive. You can definitely just like shut them down.
Yeah, and also, I mean, sort of better at closer ranges. I mean, the Hanzo is good, but if you're just looking for more consistency, really, if you're not hitting all your shots, especially the nade as well, as you said, very good to sort of shut down Maple and the movement that Lucio has.
Here we see Global have the Arista rule. They've been hit and miss so far.
There we see 5 ults on the side of LMC. That's an early rush use. Nemesis form comes out. A lot of cooldowns used. That's a really nice Terror Surge. Finds quite a few, but the beat comes out in response from Maple. Snipe Dog falls and Teemo falls as well to the visor that's been thrown in. Yipper just doing so much on the outlines of the map trying to find one, but Arctic Sky's going to find a second, and it's just going to be Party Dead and Yipper.
LMC committing 4 ults.
Yeah,
it's a
quite
very expensive
heavy
fight.
investment, yeah.
Especially for Party Dead not using beat in return.
But to be fair, it was, I mean, 2 ults for the side of Global Academy as well, and they don't have the others. I mean, they're close to the High Noon, but I said they have the beat, but not the pulse. It was fairly even. That's a very early overclock use as well by I2. Looking for a few picks, but very well weighted out by Global Academy. But it's more percentage in the bank of LMC. That's the beat engage coming in now. You see they're looking to rush down Arhug, I think, or trying to get on the backline onto Ghost. Ghost in a lot of trouble. That's the High Noon coming out. Lamp comes out, saves a few, I believe. But Ghost still falls to Teemo on that Cassidy. I see Party Dead finding another boot kill. Arhug finding Party Dead, but Snipe Dog finding one.
It's a very good fight. LMC just kiting that beat engage very well, but it doesn't seem to be enough.
No, but we see Snipe Dog unlucky finding 2 more kills and the flip coming back to Global Academy.
LMC do not have any ults, but Global Academy do have this pulse.
Yeah, I mean, it was very expensive, but for LMC, they've now got it to a 1-fight territory. They can just farm up their ults, kind of as Global, or as they did on the first map, I believe.
Hopefully, Yipper can force this Lamp early, or at least force a pick, best case scenario.
Yeah, they certainly know that their target is Ghost on this Baptiste and the utility that they provide.
Absolutely.
See a lot of damage come out onto Yipper.
Getting very low. Yeah. Kitsune coming up for Global.
So Kitsune thrown out, I think, just to reset the healing and get
Lamp
more onto
forced.
Snipe Dog. That's the Lamp down by the Pulse Bomb. Opportunity. Party Dead finds a lovely boop onto I2. That's a great start for Global Academy. We approach the 80%, and it just seems to slow down. LMC know that they can't really take this fight. They're just going to wait out for their last moment to get back.
That was very good from Global. Force the Lamp, Kitsune engage onto them, clinical.
Yeah, fairly easy investment. And now this Arista's going very aggressive. Has the Terror Surge, looks to use it, pulls into. Window comes out and the beat in response. Snipe Dog falls so early, it's a good engage, but they just have the ults to counter it. That's the Nemesis from the Annihilation thrown in from Arhug as well. Finds a third. I2 finding a lovely shot onto Yipper, trying to get another touch. Arhug claims lucky, and that's going to be the first point, as quick as a flash, going in favor of LMC. A really close map altogether. Yeah. But I mean, in the decisive moments, you can just see LMC really taking it one step further, and the coordination that they had just really helping them clean up the fights. Maple on this Alari has to be a big talking point. The kills that they were getting in these fights. I mean, the 2K there, a third, a lovely headshot.
Absolutely. Very deadly.
Yeah,
just
I mean, Alari, like,
clinical.
Not a common pick as well, but obviously you can see a player that can get a lot out of her will really succeed, and in these games you can see Maple proving that point. I mean, they swapped onto Lucia as well and still had the same, almost the same effect, really.
Absolutely.
But yeah, great to see from a flexible support, really. Yeah. That can flex from that Alari, or even flex supports having that good aim to then having the good positional play and awareness to play Lucio as well.
It was a very good re-engage last fight as well. We see LMC re-engage with his window onto the Arista route. Yeah. It doesn't matter how good of a Arista you are. If you're ulting in front of a window, it's not going to end well for you, unfortunately.
No, I mean, the beat and the window at the end just...
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think that with all the resistances you get as Arista using the gold, the fortify, and then your Terror Surge, that bonus health, you think you could sustain it, but not really.
All you can do is watching Terror as your health just drains away.
Yeah, it was so much, and it just cleaned up the fight for LMC and helped them take that map. I mean, another big talking point, which I think we'll get to see, was Timo on the Cassidy. Also on the Hanzo at one point, we saw them getting a lot of damage in. But yeah, that quadra kill that I hope we see on Night Market. A crazy player that's hitting some good shots, really trying to drag their team along, keep them in it, and I think they were doing a good job of that, because obviously the games were close. Every time we saw Global Academy taking a cap, it was usually off the back of the Cassidy. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's good. Hopefully we get
amazing
to see more
first
from Timo.
Point. Amazing first map. Nail biting.
I mean, a great start to a grand final. What more do you want than
absolutely.
a 2-1, all points going 99 to 99? I mean, it's clearly showing the point that these teams are really good level and are well matched for each other as well in this division. Yeah, maybe not one of the top divisions, but we're still seeing great competition at this level. And we have the replay sorted now, and we can see this lovely high noon again. As you said, most of the kills coming off the back of Timo.
This is a very good play.
Yeah, that was the quadra kill. I think that really...
I think the Orisa pulled multiple people out of cover into the high noon.
Yeah, just into the middle of the map and really not anywhere they could go to escape from the high noon. A really nice sort of combination play of the ultimates, that thing that we said that we were looking for from this level of teams. Obviously, we saw it from both teams. From LMCs, that we almost saw more solo plays, really, where especially Maple, not to keep going on about them, but the Captive Sons, they were hitting R-Hug as well, doing a lot on the Ramattra with the Nemesis forms and Annihilations, always finding picks when really into this Orisa you think, well, at least on the past patch, you think that it's not really in the Ramatra's favour, but no, they were really making it work. Yeah,
with this Bapillary backline as well, you've got a lot of sustain, but also a lot of DPS. They do so much damage.
Yeah, and you could see Maple as well hitting the shots. You can see how much of a threat Ghost is as well, where you've got Yipper on that Tracer for Global Academy, always looking for them, the pulse bombs being used. You can see them must be sticking or getting close because it's breaking the lamps a lot of times. Something else to watch out for, where maybe just Global Esports, I mean, off the back of Yipper getting these good engages and forcing up cooldowns early, where they just need to be more coordinated as they look to attack LMC.
I think for comp-wise, I do prefer LMC's comp, even though it's not playing the typical Lucio Kiri backline we're seeing recently. They just played it so well, they play slow enough, and then they're able to just turn it round. You know, you play slow, you poke out force resources, and if you get your own resource force, you're allowed to play slow. You've got that sustain available.
It's something that works out. It's working well with their hero picks as well. Yeah, it's really good to see that they've got this borderline unorthodox comp with a couple switches, but they're really finding a way to make it work and make it their own.
Yeah, so we have got confirmation on the second map being King's Row.
Yes, which I think will lead to more of the same, really. I think
I
more
agree,
Brawl Mirrors, more Ramattra, maybe more Orisa. It'd be interesting to see if Global choose to stick with the Orisa. I mean, you can see it's still getting value at times. I mean, especially linking the DPS ults with that Terror Surge, sort of like a miniature Graviton Surge kind of. Getting value, especially with that high noon we saw.
I think we might see the Hanzo again, you know.
Hanzo are very good. I'm a big lover of Hanzo on first point of King's Row.
It's a very strong point for Hanzo,
with the high grounds, you can control all the areas around the point, and also just the scouting ability with that Sonic Arrow.
Absolutely.
Maybe not as effective as it used to be with the one-shot headshot removed, but still, in terms of scouting, a very good character.
Especially choke pressure being very strong as well.
Yeah, and as we saw the side of Global Esports that they were playing that Hanzo at times, pulling it out, then swapping it to the cast, but it was Timo on that Hanzo at first, hitting a lot of shots. I think they built the first ult of the game with that Dragon Strike, getting it after the first fight. Yeah,
very quick.
So Hanzo could be an option, and I think we are ready. We should be heading into King's Row very shortly, and yeah, we'll get underway with the second map of this grand final.
So I think for LMC, I think they just want to run the same comp again, right? You want to know this Bapillary backline, especially on defense, right? It can be very hard to remove them from a high ground or off angle.
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird high ground to get to as well. I mean, you can sort of have your team rotate around the statue. I mean, if you have your tank playing with you, it's not impossible, but you've got to consider that they might have a lot of cheeky angles set up. Obviously, there's lots of areas where you can hide around the map. And yeah, we'll get into it. We do see R-Hug locking that right. Oh, we're going to Sigma. I think we'll have a look at the side of Global Academy just fixing settings, but
yeah, we're seeing the Global Academy veer towards this Ram instead of the Orisa. I do prefer it, to be honest, especially with the recent nerfs. I do think it's just better in general. I think it just copes more on this map, especially.
Yeah, we're also seeing Teemo on the Reaper now, not the Hands though. That's an interesting pick. A pick I do like. I mean, Reaper, you can get quite creative with them, TPing into the backline. Not much that can really help with them unless you have lucky like TPing with them, but it could be just to be down to Teemo looking to get their own value and getting creative with the angles. And obviously LMC on that Sigma still sticking with the Baptiste and Illari.
They're in his hardcore poke comp.
Yeah, back to the Soldier Sojin as well, which they showed signs of in that first point. A lovely rock catches out Teemo early, was not expecting it. That's a lovely play from Arhug there, and Arctic Sky claiming the kill.
I think this Reaper's going to struggle, to be honest. I just don't think they can get in.
Yeah, it's a lot of range on the side of LMC. A nice rock connecting onto Snipe Dog.
I think before you want to do anything, your race just gets forced.
Yeah. And I see things just slow down as there's just a lot of poke thrown out. See
Big
Yipper
rock.
falling very low. Lovely rock. Yeah, Arhug climbing Yipper. They drop low. We're getting healed by Kerry, but just not enough healing. And that's going to be Snipe Dog taken down as well by Maple. So low. Rock just goes slightly wild, but it's Arhug doing so much for their team. I think the Reaper gets the TP away, gets that mini health back. I mean, that's the one nice thing you can get about Reaper. You can get in there, and if you're lucky enough, you can get the TP out. But I mean, that first pick onto that Reaper just really opened the gates for LMC.
Absolutely. Arhug, the amazing rocks. Both DPS got just shut down by it.
I mean, I'd say a lovely pick from Maple to start the fight. That's going to really swing this thing in favor of LMC. They're just going to keep getting space. You can see Arhug already with the Gravitic Flux online. I2 taking out that Soldier counterpart in Yipper. And it's only Arhug that has their ult still. Maple's getting close, but it's really all off the back of this Sigma right now. Just taking so much space for their team, getting straight in there. Another rock connects onto Snipe Dog. I2 finds Teemo with that Sojin E. Arhug finding Snipe Dog again. They're just not letting up on them. So much pressure being thrown out. Lucky living up to their name, gets a nice TP away.
I mean, just look how dominant it is. Ghost isn't even on 70% yet to the ult, which is typically very fast charging ult.
Yeah, and that's your Baptiste. I mean, it could be a case that they have the Baptiste on cart or their Soldier. I can't quite tell who. But I mean, yeah, they're still keeping people on cart and having this much dominance in a 4v5. LMC are taking no risks now, just trying to clean up this fight. The first round was very close, but not anymore. That's a rush coming out. Gravitic Flux and beat in response. So much damage. The Captive Sun thrown in as well. Arhug finds one with that Sigma ult. So much damage coming through. Maple finds a second. The lamp falls from Ghost. Snipe Dog doing so much to try and find Ghost. That's a TP in from Lucky. But Ghost takes down Snipe Dog, living with a sliver of HP. I2 finding Teemo. And it's just going to be Lucky. But they're choosing to leave Lucky alive in the backline. They're going to stagger them even more. And yeah, they're just going to get even more progression on this cart. 5 minutes and 16 seconds on the time bank.
That is impressive.
For LMC. This is a speed run. Maybe they've been watching Lando Norris at the Grand Prix this weekend because they are speeding through this point.
You see Party Dead on this bat, just hoping for more sustain, just so they don't get like shut down.
Another lovely rock landing. Yeah, I mean that's the Nemesis form force, and they just have to sort of back up really. The shield and Nemesis form from Snipe Dog just not getting much value, and that's an overclock thrown in from Yipper, landing a couple body shots. Nice body shot onto Ghost, but not converting the kill. Another overclock used in return from I2, landing some shots. No kills coming out from the Soldiers, but so many cooldowns being forced. See Party Dead over on the Baptiste now, but that's an annihilation coming in from Snipe Dog, finding a couple. Yipper finds one. Arhug finds Party Dead. And also Arhug finding... Never mind, Arhug still found Party Dead. Nothing's changed. It's a bit of a mess now. So many ults being thrown in. I'm losing my train of thought. A Flux thrown in at the end by Arhug for good measure. Teemo surviving it with the damage reduction from the roll.
Teemo have been given high ground by the Flux.
Yeah, but can they survive it? They can't.
No, the answer's no.
Party Dead too far away. Maple finding two again. This Illari coming back online. We saw that was so influential in the first point. I2 finding another. The Illari landing more shots. And Arhug cleaning up Party Dead. And this is going to be a 3-minute 53 time back
that is
for LMC.
That is a very impressive time back. Maple just catching two at the start of the fight. And just, opening the floodgates. I mean, very frequent.
The floodgates quite literally. I can't count how many ults were thrown in.
Lots.
a lot of ults thrown in, but yeah, at the end of the day, it was Maple we saw again on this signature, really making a name for themselves on this Alari. And what better place to do than the grand finals, landing all of these shots. Really impressive to see. And I'm glad that someone can make sense out of the chaos of these team fights, because I'm struggling right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, just this Alari denying the cast of high ground that was just gifted to him.
Yeah, a lovely headshot to look at that. I believe they TP'd up to try and help. I believe it was Timo that got brought up onto the high ground.
It was, yeah.
But yeah, just not able to help them. Just Maple too clean with it.
Global Academy choosing to revert back to what they were playing, but this time with the Mei instead of the cast / Hanzo. I think they're just going to isolate Arhug here as their goal and just try and bully him.
Yeah, or maybe just do more to like shut down the angles that Maple's taking. Because I mean, they're not getting overly extravagant with it, but if you could just do more to shut down this Alari that's basically, I mean, let's be honest, on the side of LMC, with the amount of shots they're hitting, they're basically playing 5 DPS at this point.
They might as well be. The sheer damage output they have and off-angle pressure is insane.
Yeah, I'd love to see the stats, especially regarding Maple and their accuracy and damage.
It just says many.
It seems like so many shots. I mean, many, yeah. It seems like so many shots we're seeing in the kill feed are headshots. Arctic, showing off a bit of the Overwatch.
Yes, the Overwatch. I love the Overwatch.
The Overwatch.
So the Overwatch 2. The Overwatch 2. Titular.
So Yipper claiming this inside area, looking to stop this rotation, but Maple's already up there fighting. And Yipper getting forced out very fast.
Seriously forced already?
Yeah, that's quite risky, but they're looking to nice team rotation here, taking out this high ground. They've got to be careful that they're still into the Soldier Sojourn, and they're walking more or less as a team in a straight line.
They need this ult to zone off.
Solo. Arhug takes down Yipper. They were stuck in that corner with just no help. I believe it is sort of the ricocheting.
I believe it's Stagger Central currently.
Yeah, the ricochet and
this is really bad.
Doing so much.
This is not good for Global.
No, they've just been surrounded here.
Maybe they could get the Tracer in behind them now, but that's an if, maybe.
Maple trying to do something, but can't really find much. That's Maple finding Yipper again just after they respawn. Timo falling early, and it's just Global Academy having to back out again. I mean, it was a good idea, I believe, but I mean, I think they were just too slow with it and got spammed out too much. That Snipe Dog falling so late. Already a minute and a quarter burned for Global Academy.
Yeah, just a small observation I have is that I've not seen many pylons get broken. It's just a small observation, but I think it might have lent to just some of this off-angle pressure. Just not forcing them out or not denying.
Yeah, and with a Sojourn and Soldier, both that can set up well on an off-angle, if they've got a pylon acting basically as a mobile mercy pocket for healing, then they're going to be so hard to force out. That's the Kiriko rush used very early. Flux coming out response, looks for the Orisa, but the gold form is used, soaking up so much damage, especially that rock. That's a big cooldown for God. Maple using the Captive Sun. I2 fall, Party Dead takes I2. Never mind, wrong way around. I2 takes out Party Dead. Maple finds Yipper with the Captive Sun, finds a second on Snipe Dog. That Orisa is down for Global Academy, and that's another fight lost. Down to less than 2 minutes for Global Academy. Time is running out for them. And ult's used in that fight, or at least the Kiriko rush used in that fight. But nothing really coming out of it. For the side of LMC, 2 ults used, and getting a clean team wipe where they've still got 2 DPS ults, and Ghost getting close to this window as well.
I think Party Dead's going to look for this beat engage, to be honest. Just get on top of that Sojourn before they can get any value.
Yeah, I mean, you really want to get on top of them, have a good angle to use this Blizzard. I believe that Timo will be looking for it. I mean, they're playing fairly stacked, I believe, sort of when they get through this first choke point. Just try and land the Blizzard onto Arhug or at least someone. That's the beat being used. They're going very aggressive now. That's Snipe Dog finding Maple early. Arhug falls second. The Blizzard is still in the pocket of Timo. They have it if they need, but I don't think they will need. I think they will be happy to take this point with no more ults. LMC happy to give it a great hold from them. 3 minutes. Timo finding a nice pick at the end. That'll stagger I2 slightly.
That was a very good engage from Global. They were just able to get in and just isolate more than one person.
Yeah, I mean, they saw that the backline of LMC were all playing around the high grounds, I believe. Just a nice rotation rather than taking the longer rotation to the high grounds. Just going straight onto Harhug and forcing them out. Maple got caught out quite aggressively. And yeah, a really nice fight from Global Academy. Starting to get some traction in this now. Starting the push.
They get this Blizzard.
They still have the Blizzard, yeah, and on this Streets phase, a very close quarters area. It's a great ultimate to have. The Terror Surge as well could pull them in. Could be a good combo. That's Attack Visor thrown out early. Gets a wall in Arctic's face though. Negates quite a bit of the damage. And Global Academy just doing fairly well to keep it. Ipper dropping very low. but just lives, I believe, just behind cover.
That wall was very good. It definitely let them just rotate out.
Yeah, they just enough. Oh, Timo dropping very low. Has to be careful there. Wall used again. Captive thrown out from Maple. Has it again. Lands on quite a few. Lands on the Orisa, but isn't taken down. Never mind. Maple finds 2 with the passive of the Captive Sun. Snipedog finds Maple in return, but I think that's a trade. You take 1 for 2. Ippa finds Arctic, and I think this might be another fight win for Global to keep this cart going. Nice spare at the end from Snipedog, finding 2.
Yeah, if I'm not correct, Lucky's Suzu got forced very early and was just a free Sun, but they do manage to flip it.
Yeah, and I mean, it got 2, but I mean, I think they just got too egregious trying to get the results from it. Obviously, Snipedog taking them down, then they didn't lack that damage, lack that healing, despite picking up 2. I mean, a really nice comeback from Global Academy as they get close to the end of this Streets phase, looking to go to 3rd point. Still a fairly hefty ult bank, only the beat missing on the side of Global. 3 ults on the side of LMC though, especially this window and this overclock. 2 very good ults that can be countered.
They got a lot of zoning potential with these 2.
Yeah, that's the window thrown in. Maple finding a shot on Yippa through that window, claiming their life very early in the fight. That's Timo being taken down as well through the wall, a bit of lag there. The rush not really doing much for Global Academy, and they just choose to back out with it. I think Lucky gets the TP. That's a nice rock landing onto Snipedog. They just need to get out, no more casualties, regroup, and have another go at this. As I said, still 4 ults, only the rush used, and now they have the beat online. Arguably the better of the 2 support ults they have right now.
Yeah, LMC commit window to that fight. They don't want to have to engage with a Blizzard just available.
I mean, it was good really. They used the window in quite a safe space. That's a very early cryo being forced from Timo in a really bad position. That's I2 claiming them early. Not sure where they were doing that. Maybe they were looking for a sneaky Blizzard play, but that's going to be them falling so early. Global Academy though, not faltering yet, still looking to push this in. Being committed. The Flux comes out in response, catches 2 or 3, I believe. There's so much damage coming out to Yippa. Arhug finding 1. Arctic Sky finds 1 onto Snipedog in the background. Arhug finding a second. A lovely time to Flux in response to that beat. I think it was too egregious from Global Academy. They were really looking to push this even after losing Timo early. And once again, they're still holding on to this Blizzard and the Terror Surge from Snipedog.
There's a lot of questionable decision making currently.
Yes, it's 2 big ults that they've just been holding on to for so long. Well, on the Streets phase, it's such a good area to use them. And now we see the overclock being thrown in early from Ippa, trying to find something. The rest of them come from the main angle, trying to catch someone out. Nice rock catches Yippa still. Blizzard comes out though, finds a couple, finds Arhug especially. Arhug's going to be taken down. Ghost falls as well. And I believe this should be the cap going up for Global. A nice fight, but so little. Go on, you can hit your shots. Back to the Orisa, never mind, they can clean up I2. But yeah, just...
They lost a lot of time to just bad decision making, whether it's the Mei being caught out so egregiously, or it's the beat engaged when they have Flux.
Yeah, I mean at the end they had the right idea, just using the Blizzard. So they used the overclock early to force some ultimates and cooldowns. But yeah, it was just the Blizzard they needed to land on a couple, especially Arhug, who's been the big factor in most of these fights, always finding a pick, finding so much space on this Sigma.
Yeah, LMC making a small change, going towards this Kiri. Maybe they just want to nullify the threat of Blizzard completely, just for future fights.
That's Lucky being caught out in the open by Maple. So many nice shots, and they're just on this high ground now. Not really anything to contest with. You'd like to see either Party Dead or Yippa try and claim that space together. But it's going to be so difficult for them. Just once LMC are set up on these high grounds.
Sniper,
what can
so low.
Do? Yeah.
There's all these resources being forced and just unable to walk forwards.
Yeah, it's a nice pick from Timo, but traded out for Snipedog. That's not really something in Global Academy's favour. And we know that the Snipedog's just going to have the faster respawns. So the slower respawns, sorry. So all going in favour of LMC.
Global do have this Kitsune. If they're able to just collapse on top of Arhug, maybe they can get something done and then follow up with the Blizz.
Yeah, well, that's the rush thrown in early. This is getting the fight underway. They're all going straight in a Global Academy. There's a Blizzard thrown in as well. Catches quite a few. Nice Suzu. The TP just goes as far as they want. That's 3 caught up. A lovely boop from...
It's a massive follow-up.
Gets killed by Maple. Maple finding 2 though. This fight is so close. Arctic Sky, the attack visor, getting so much done. Finding a second. The Terror Surge thrown in. I don't believe will catch anyone. They're all so low. But no, Arctic lives through it thanks to the healing from Maple. A great start for Global Academy with that 2k boop from Party Dead. But again, Arctic Sky and Maple just clearing up the point for LMC. And once again, it feels like a repeat of Lijiang Tower. They looked in such a lost fight.
Yeah.
And they just turn it around out of nowhere.
I mean, you catch the Suzu and the TP on the Kiri. You catch 2 in Blizz. They have roots. But you got Maple just trading it out. Catching 2 with the Sun. Visor comes up with Rush. And they're just flipping it on them, on his head.
I mean, yeah, such a great start for Global Academy. But LMC just say, no, we'll shoot you instead.
No.
Yeah, we'll shoot you better. And they just clean up the fight. That Tac Visor at the end. Just nothing to answer it, really. Arctic doing so much damage at the end. And yeah, just really nothing that Global could do at the end there.
Yeah, no, just really well played from LMC. I think Global had some decision-making issues on the streak phase where they just lost a minute or 2 just from basic comm decisions of, oh, Maze got caught out, maybe didn't catch the call for rotation, or, you know.
I mean, it seemed like an idea they had, and it seemed like you could say it's quite a good one. I mean, delay the May, have the rest of the team push up. But I think either it was just a good read by LMC or just bad timing from Global Academy.
It felt like bad timing because I felt like Arhug peeked the corner expecting a team. Was like, oh, it's a May.
A May on the run, and the Icebox forced early.
Yeah, no wall as well.
Got cut out. But you can see that the fights they won looked so well executed. Obviously, the Blizzard fights. I mean, yes, you can say at the end they lost, but I mean, the Blizzard got so much value.
When the Blizzards came out, they were really good.
Exactly.
It just took against that point.
Catching 2 or 3 each time. And Party did folding up on that Blizzard at the end. Obviously, they won't want to remember how the map finishes, but I mean, highlights like those team fights, if they're able to use their ults better, not better, but like just more...
The timing wise.
It's the timing, yeah. I mean, they're not a bad team. They're able to get value out, but it's just opportunities wasted, I believe, and I'd like to see them clear that up.
No, I agree.
Because, I mean, this is still a great grand final. I mean, issues on the side of LMC as well, you'd have to say. I mean, getting very egregious for kills. I mean, you can see mechanically they're very good, but looking for a lot of solo plays. Greedy. Sometimes getting caught out.
I think the greedy, it works for them most of the time, but sometimes when Global are able to punish it, it does become their sort of kryptonite.
I mean, you can see they are still at risk of losing fights. Like, they nearly didn't win this map. It was nearly close to a full cap from Global. Yes, you could say LMC still had 4 minutes on the board, but it would still be a much closer map.
Yeah. I think that beat engage, I think, was the sort of what, you know, when it was all she wrote, sort of, to a degree. You've committed onto a fight where you know you need the beat to counter all. You can't be engaging with it. You're just going to get punished so easily. And then we see that last fight, but just back and forth.
Maple again with the Captive Sun. It feels like they have it every fight.
Yeah. The build rate's insane.
It's incredible how fast they're getting it. Obviously, must be getting a lot of usage through the healing pylon as well.
I mean, second to last patch, I believe, Larry got a healing buff to a right click. So
yeah, so much damage and also healing coming out. Getting that Captive Sun online. This is shaping up to be a great grand final. I mean, you look at the scoreline and say it's 2-0, but it really doesn't feel like it. It feels so much closer.
They're very close games. The tension is palpable.
Exactly, and we'll be back with some more in a bit. We'll be heading to a break. We'll be coming back to you with the next 2 maps in a bit. See you soon.
See you soon.
And we are back bringing you this best of 7 game between Global Academy Esports and LMC. And what a match it's been so far. 2-0 in favour of LMC right now, but the scoreline not really representing the match, I feel. It's been so close. Both maps each time. A 2-1 in favour of LMC on Lijiang Tower. And then I think we can say LMC had the advantage on King's Row, getting a 4-minute time bank.
It was 5 minutes, I think.
It could have been 5.
It was a very dominant attack.
It was a very fast run.
You take first in one fight, second in one fight, and then you stagger all the way to third at the very end of third. They were able to hold it for a couple of fights, but to hold more than 4 minutes on King's Row third is insane.
Yeah, it was very dominant from LMC, really playing into that brawl that they seem to be really good at. Obviously, the key points that we were mentioning before, Maple on the Alari, once again coming in clutch. I think to say our predictions that we set at the start maybe could come into fruition. I mean, as I said, I think you put a 4-1, I said a 4-2.
I think 4-2, I did put 4-2 as well.
It's still
the same.
Very
close.
I
did 4-1.
I think you said 4-1. But yeah, it's still a very close game. I mean, it could go. I mean, you just think, obviously, the loser picks maps, so Global Academy will be picking these maps. If it's maps that they feel they're favoured on, maybe like the upcoming, just to let you know, we will be coming up to Flashpoint next. Maybe this is a map type that works really well for Global Academy, and they can scratch one back. I have a feeling that the way it's going right now, my prediction of 4-2 might be a little far-fetched, but I think you've still got a chance. You might beat me on this one.
I hope so. Yeah, we're seeing Flashpoint. There's only 2 maps, Ravassa or New Junk. I think if you want to go for this Brawlier comp that LMC are playing, well, I say that's Poke. No, the Poke hybrid Brawl.
It's sort of a Poke, yeah. With the
like
Alari and the a lot of the Sojourn and Soldier that they were playing.
Yeah, I feel like you want to avoid New Junk, which is a bit more brawly. And this Arista comp might thrive a bit more there.
Yeah, I mean both maps really have pointers for like, oh, this will work here, this will work here. But I mean, we've also seen adaptability from LMC.
Yeah,
they have been able to put Maple on the Lucio.
They can switch to this Lucio mode. Yeah.
Yeah, and we get confirmation from Global Academy that they are taking us to New Junk City. So kind of lines up with what you were saying, that if LMC try to stick with this Poke, it might not be as good on the majority of points. But yeah,
they have this typical Ram Brawl though that they can pull out if they need. Maple, very deadly. Deadly.
Yeah, and especially with a strong tank in front of them like R-Hug. Yeah, it's just doing so much, giving them so much space. And I believe we have all players in lobby and we're ready to get straight into this game.
Absolutely.
It should be really good to see if this sort of, I believe we usually see Ravassa, don't we? So we've not seen much of New Junk City.
I think we had New Junk City for Div 1 finals. I can't remember. It was last week.
Oh, I was ill, unfortunately. So like sad to miss it, but a great game nonetheless.
Oh no, I had to cast with someone else.
I know, I missed you.
Aww.
But we're back together, and we've got this grand final for you. 2 more maps if LMC want to take a clean sweep. 4 maps if Global Academy want to take this. Ooh. We're getting into New Junk City, and we're seeing a monkey on the side of LMC. This is something new.
6-man-esque. Well,
yeah, very back in the days of ye old Dallas Fuel with the Reaper, the Genji, the Moira Lucio.
That comp had so many names.
It had so many.
Cyber Dive, 6-man zombie comp.
So many names, but it's a comp that we've seen a lot of variation. Obviously, the LMC opting to use the Reaper and the Genji, and that's actually finding a pick onto the Reaper already. Those Genji headshots do a surprising amount of damage. Aggressive TP from Arctic straight in the backline. Maple finds another, obviously giving up that classic Ilari for the Lucio, but still fragging out at the same rate. Alha getting very aggressive as well, backed up by their team. Finds Lucky after we heard that cleanse come out in the background.
Arctic Sky doing a very good job to force that TP from the Curie, just enabling our hug to then follow up.
Yeah, and it's just going to be a regroup from Global Academy. Swapping to match the Reaper, Teemo, we saw them bring it out earlier. Is that Snipe Dog coming back to sponsor swap as well?
I think this is much better as a a reason to play Reaper, right?
Yeah, I mean, the D.Va as well kind of makes sense. I mean, if you're looking to just shut down, I mean, Gochu can eat all the damage orbs and healing orbs. And also the D.Va just shoots at, you can just shoot at Arhug on this Winston, try and shut him down. But that's Arhug finding Gipper on the Tracer already. So much damage come out onto Party Dead. His solo as well falls to Maple, finding another pick. They're doing so good at finding picks in these fights, just in the backline. Arhug finding Lucky again as well. and it's going to be a second fight going the way of LMC. Already approaching 70%. You've got to remember that these points cap a lot faster than they do on control. So these maps can be done in as little as, these points can be done in as little as 2 fights, especially if they drag them out. But LMC, just so clinical, engaging in off the back of R-Hug, to the point where Global Esports aren't really getting a chance to like set up and really disrupt LMC in the ways that they want to.
I mean, catching a Tracer out, you know, as Monkey straight away is like...
Yeah, I mean, that must mean that the recall was forced earlier, potential more shurikens maybe from I2 on this Genji. I mean, we saw them take Yipper out straight away, and now we see them going so aggressive. The Global Academy just trying to get set up on the point, but LMC won't let them, just getting so aggressive. I2 taking out Teemo. It's a great start for LMC. Gets healed up. I believe that's Arctic taking the health back. And a pulse bomb goes, that gets deflected, doesn't go back onto Yipper, but that's another ult loss for Global Academy. And yeah, this point might be going the way of LMC.
If Partydead's able to live, they get the beat.
Yeah, but that's the Moira Coalescence thrown in for good measure. The Primal Rage coming into R-Hug 29, finding 2 with that Primal, finding a 3rd.
I feel like Primal Coal was quite cheap for winning that fight out.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, they got the pick really early, didn't they? I mean, they just wanted to really confirm the fight, I guess, but R-Hug finding 3 with that Primal. You'd love to see it. I mean, it's rare we've seen monkeys in recent times, but it's a character I think everyone loves.
Especially on the rise recently after the Arista patch.
Yeah.
We're seeing the beat, possibly want to be re-engaging on that.
Yeah, and that's a beat.
There we go.
That is the beat thrown in from LMC in response to this Kiri rush. Teemo coming in, getting a lot of damage done. It might be going in the favor of LMC here. Some nice picks, the beat coming in, supporting Teemo, finding another. I think finding a 3rd. That's R-Hug falling to Yipper in the background. And yeah, I believe that was the beat thrown in from Partydead, just to sustain Teemo. And they found 3 in the fight on that Reaper, really catching out R-Hug and Maple, I believe. So again, a good showing, or a good fight from Global Academy, where they can really use ults to maintain a fight. We just need to see it more consistently.
I think for the follow-up fights, the Reaper trade with the ults is going to be a bit harder for LMC to get value. You've got this D.Va and Suzu coming up.
Yeah, I think the D.Va will just save the thing, but that's the Blade coming in very early. R-Hug finding Lucky. I don't think the Suzu had a chance to come out. No beat as well either in response to this Blade. Snipe Dog just staying on the point, trying to get as much percentage as possible. I2 falling, I2 claiming Yipper, sorry. R-Hug also taking down Partydead. Arctic fighting their counterpart in Teemo, and Snipe Dog as that baby D.Va, just trying to reclaim a few more percentage on the point. Up to 79–80% for Global Academy. I believe that this lead is going to fall quickly to LMC, but I believe they will have one more fight and a chance to take this point.
It's a very fast and efficient fight from LMC. You just go in and you force this Kiri to have no other option than just be trapped.
Yes, I think all eyes right now are on either Teemo or Snipe Dog with this D.Va bomb and the Reaper ult, respectively.
They must get Bubble out of the way.
Arctic having won.
Bubble's out. Their zoning potential is much lower now.
Oh, but they don't touch. They did it all together, but they never got the touch. I didn't even realize that the point was that close to capping.
Charlie Niner.
Yeah, they just pushed so aggressively, never got the touch in the end, to the point where I just completely didn't see it. And LMC are going to clean up this fight again, potentially in Global Academy's favor if they all die here. A bit of a stagger onto Partydead if they spawn closer to the next point. But I believe it's going to be the point right alongside, judging by where R-Hug is going, which means LMC will have the first setup. Those late stagger kills working in their favor as they do get closer to the third point, and should take the first cap.
It wouldn't be a grand finals without a Charlie Niner, or C9.
It would not, no. But now we see Global Academy still with these ults online. Yipper on that cast as well, looking to do a lot of damage onto Cassidy. Yipper being extremely isolated. Yeah, doesn't claim the kill. That's the beat coming in. Perfectly timed to counter Teemo's Death Blossom. Teemo falling to Arctic. Now eyes on Arctic with the Death Blossom of their own. Opting not to throw it in there. That's the Coalescence thrown in from Ghost. Both support ults on the side of LMC. And it just enables R-Hug and Ghost just to clean up the rest of Global Academy. That's Yipper falling late to the Genji of I2. And Lucky falling even later. That's going to be so much dagger and so much percentage going over to LMC right now. And a much more dominating showing from them. Obviously, the previous points looking a lot closer, but this monkey comp seems to just be... It might just be their bread and butter. I'm sure they're glad at the Arista nerfs that they can play this comp again, because they seem very well practiced on it.
I think despite the DM on the Reaper ult, Teemo just wasn't able to get anything. Just got shut down.
Yeah. I see that's the rush being used early, but Arhug with that Primal again, finding another. That's 4 final blows in this Primal for Arhug.
Very good.
That's a blade thrown in as well for good measure. R2 finding 2. The beat thrown in.
Catches Diva.
Catched quite a few. Arhug with a nice attempt with the Primal to get it away. But no, they sustained this fight, Global Academy. That's the Diva bomb being forced out after the mech gets taken down. Cleanse comes out, but it's just in time for Arctic to swoop in and find the kills with the Death Blossom. Finds 2. Maple finding Timo as well, and Arhug finding Snipe Dog. And as quick as a flash, quite fitting for a flash point, LMC are going to take the 3rd map
and
give themselves a 3-point advantage in this best-of-7 series.
Very dominant. Much more dominant than the previous 2 maps from LMC here.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. They went from a full, like, realistically a Poke Comp with the Alari and the double hit scan, and they've swapped it up with this Genji Reaper Monkey, and they've just switched up the tempo completely. This was a lovely play that we saw from Global Academy, using that beat just to sustain the Reaper in the fight. Obviously, it worked. They got the elims from it. But yeah, I mean, just so much faster and much faster tempo, from LMC, and it just completely wiped the floor of Global Esports.
Yeah, LMC just really sort of just proving that they're a very versatile team. You know, just able to just be, you know, able to do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, and as well with it seems like the story of Maple. We saw them on the Lucio instead of the Alari, still finding so many frags.
Yeah.
You love to see a fragging Lucio. Obviously, been watching their Frogger streams recently. Making sure that they're on top of their game with the Lucio, getting frags almost at the same rate as they do on the Alari, providing the beats as well. Arhug on the Winston as well. A very different tank to Ramatra, but still having so much impact. We saw the Primal Blades coming out.
Yeah.
More kills than the Genji Blades with that Primal Rage.
Primal was very good. Just always getting a pick, you know, just very much isolating people in those small chokes. Here we have a replay, I believe.
I think we'll be going to replays, but yeah, we can you see that so much aggression coming out from LMC, which is a big change from, as you said, the previous points. Nice kills from Timo. I mean, they were still getting percentage on each point. I mean, we can see even here they're capping the point. Lovely play from I2 coming out, finding a couple, just doing so much damage in these fights, just setting up their team to really claim the fight. Not getting all the final blows, but you know, putting out so much damage that it's really forcing a lot of pressure onto Global Academy.
Yeah, definitely. Just I think constantly on someone, just always on someone. This Genji.
Yeah, and I believe we're getting news that there will be a sub on the side of, I believe it was Global Academy.
I believe so. Maybe LMC? I'm not sure.
Maybe
which.
LMC.
LMC.
Yes, so it's a sub on the side of LMC. I believe they're swapping out one of their DPS players, and whether that means we're looking at a different sort of DPS line. They're not looking for the... I mean, even in this, they played Reaper Genji. You don't really see what they'd have to swap up unless it's just giving one of their players a bit of running time, you know?
Possibly, yeah.
Strange to do it in a map 4 of a grand final when you're on match point. But
confidence.
It might be a map thing. Obviously, we're going into Esperanza next, the push map. It might just be a different strat they have. I'd be really surprised if we see them play the same hero pool as previously, or as our previous 2 DPS. But yeah, it should be interesting to see if there is a reason behind this swap.
Yeah, and I can't imagine what the reason would be. We've seen them play a variety. We've seen Arctic play a variety of DPS, and it doesn't seem to be struggling too much. I can't foresee the reason as to why you'd want to swap.
No, but I believe we will be heading into lobby shortly, and all the answers will be revealed. Obviously, match point now for LMC. All the pressure on Global Academy. Have to win 4 maps in a row now. It's looking rough for them. I mean, after the first 2 maps, you'd give them a chance at getting a couple back. But after that performance, it's not looking as good for Global Academy anymore, as we will be heading in to this map 4. It's all to play for now for Global Academy. LMC cruising to this victory, it seems, but will they? Let's head in and find out.
It's going to be an amazing match point.
Yes. They pull out all the stops now. I want pure aggression, no holding back. Everything from Global Academy. They do not want to lose this. You're in the grand finals, guys. Come on, you want this. You've worked so hard for this.
Unbind your S keys and
no
go
S
ham.
keys.
No S keys.
No holding ults. Pure aggression. Kill them all.
Absolutely. I think this lends to very similar sort of style to Flashpoint in that it's very quick game mode, and if they're able to capitalize on momentum, you can get so far ahead, just like Flashpoint. We might see the monkey comp again, to be honest, from LMC.
We can. You can see that a lot of comps can work around this map. Obviously, you can have comps that go aggressive, like the monkey comps, or comps that really slow that will play slow fights, get the advantage, and then use the high ground. Sorry, as we can see here, just setting up almost bunker like setups where it's really hard to remove them. We see R-Hug going for that Winston. A very different look from Global Academy with the ball. And the Sombra Tracer looking to change it up completely for this last map. Whether it's something new or something they've practiced, we can see that Rift has come in for Arctic and is playing this Reaper.
I really like Global's comp. It's fast and it's, fast and it's hit hard, right? You've got these very fast engages, you've got a lot of communication, a lot of coordination. If you're able to pull it off, it's indicative of good synergy, good team synergy.
Yeah, I see LMC last map saying we'll go fast, Global Academy this map saying we'll go faster. We're in this grand final. This is map 4, sorry. Let's see how it goes. The Wrecking Ball is already in, the Sombra is in as well, looking for stuff. That's Yipper finding an early pick onto Ghost. That's a great start for Global Academy. That's what you want to see in the grand finals. Some fight from them. Yipper going very aggressive, finding a second. That's both supports down for LMC off the back of some great tracking from Yipper. They've been a highlight for Global Academy, I think, on this Tracer, looking to pick up a third. Timo finds one, but it's Yipper dominating this fight for Global Academy, picking up 3, and the bot will go in their possession, and they will get this advantage. 4 picks for Yipper, sorry, cleaning up O2 at the end.
Oh, that's really egregious from Ghost. They just should not be getting picked off there. You're a very sort of self-surviving, self-sustaining, sport. You should not be getting picked off.
No, we see Snipe Dog looking for this early angle. Yipper as well looking for something.
Just Timo looking for the punish on someone pushing through the choke.
R-Hog jumping in early. That's an early hack onto the soldier there. I2 getting caught out. That's Clinical finding that clip. That's a lovely first pick from Global Academy. Traded out for Lucky, but I mean the aggression is on the side of Global Academy. Sorry, finding a second. More trades coming out. It's 3 for 3 now, and now Yipper is getting that value in the backline. Takes out Maple, looking to take out Ghost as well. Party Dead will team up with them, and it's just R-Hog left on their own. Another clean fight. Party Dead finding a lovely 2K at the end there for Global Academy, and this is looking so much better for them.
Much. There was a very well executed dive. Everyone was a target priority. Everyone was on it, right?
Yeah, and that's what you want in this comp, and that's what we're seeing. It's good to see. Getting close to this first cap to get those for these aggressive checkpoints, and the spawns.
Can we punish the monkey, maybe?
Yeah, that's very egregious from R-Hog. Does have the primal rage, so probably looking to use it. So much damage coming out onto him, but can't survive. Timo falls to Bastard beat used in response. A nice engage from the ball, looking for the pile driver. Finds 3 with the pile drive. A lot of damage coming out there. That's the Lamp Force early, but Rift has just been left alone in this backline. Snipe Dog and Party Dead, though, they're not done. They're finding more in the backline. The bot is being stolen as we speak, but I believe they're just looking to catch these respawns, especially R-Hug. I think Rift has clocked into their idea and are looking to help their main tank. Party Dead is going to be traded out, and R-Hug will survive. A good idea from Global Academy, but not the best execution.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they're so close to that first checkpoint. A much better showing from them. And now the ball is in LMC's hands to try and get it rolling.
I mean, Global's coming up to this EMP, right? This is a very strong
that's
ultimate.
A massive ult to have. A nice TP away from Timo, trying to live. The Tesla cannon shots going slightly wide from R-Hug. Unfortunate to see there as the Sombra will escape. 94% on this EMP. I think we'll be looking for it next fight. And a very aggressive from R-Hug. Going in with his Reaper, looking to catch out this backline. They need to get out of there. They can't deal with the monkey alone. The TP comes out, and in the background, Yipper has found Ghost. All of this aggression coming up from the monkey, but it's doing nothing as Timo and Yipper are teaming up and finding the backline of LMC. R-Hug can't do anything, gets taken out in the end by Timo, and Yipper finding more in this fight. This Sombra Tracer doing so much, no ult's even invested, but cleaning up kills for Global Academy, and they have the bot back in their possession.
That's Bull Comp 101. It's trade backlines and just flip pressure. I
mean, you kill our tank or you force the tank out, we don't care. we've got the 2 slipperiest DPS in the game. We're just going to kill your entire backline before you can do anything. So much pressure now coming out onto the hardwood. The EMP is ready. Look at it. Party Dead finding the gun to Ahog early. That's a Visor coming out and the Kitsune rush from Global Academy in response. With the Death Blossom though coming out from Rift, finding 2. That's both of the DPS ults out from LMC. A nice hack comes out onto Ghost. They can't TP, they can't Suzy right now. Falling very low, but just survived. Another hack coming out from Timo, but I think they're going to slowly just back off and give up this point.
Timo does save the EMP with the forward spawn, but they don't get picked off here and staggered.
Oh, but that's very aggressive of Maple. A lovely hack and a Rubik's Cube thrown in the face of Maple takes them out. That virus Rubik's Cube-esque ability. So funny to see when someone dies from it. But Ahog finds the kill onto Lucky with that Primal Rage, finds a second onto Timo, but it's just being traded out. Ahog trying to do so much for their team, but it's not really coming out in favor for them. So they're really doing what we said they should be doing. Will this last shot hit? Oh,
nah.
Party Dead.
No sniper monkeys here.
Slippery front right there. Just find Snipe Dog. But yeah, we can see the thing we were saying, we're playing around, on the side of Global Academy, playing around Ahog, not letting them get much. This Sombra Tracer works perfectly for that. Catching the backline, that's beat engaged, they're good and aggressive. Snipe Dog falls very low, but hack onto Ahog, that's Rift falling early at the hands of Timo. Still hacked up is Ahog, can't escape, can't do anything, and I think it's just going to be LMC that have to back away. The soldier's left on his own, being chased down by Snipe Dog, I believe, and it's going to be Ippa claiming the kill with a nice bit of tracking at the end there.
I mildly think LMC needs to switch the comp up, right? This Monkey's not able to go on anyone. The Reaper's not able to walk on anyone. They're just sort of, they have to play the counter dive, but against a bull comp, it's not easy to do.
No, and with a backline like
it's very slippery.
Moira Lucio, it's hard to do. On this EMP is ready.
Pop the monkey.
Going in. Catches, before he catches form, never mind. Finds Ghost, no cleanse coming up from them. Timo finds, Snipe Dog finds another, and Timo. Yipper coming in at the end as well. The beat comes out, but it's just too late. Maybe a bit of misclick, or just getting too caught up in the fight from Maple. I think regretting investing the beat there, and it's going to be Global Academy, a much better showing from them. They have the forward spawns now and this checkpoint. And more crucially, they still have ults. Maple used that beat after the fight was lost. This is so bad for LMC right now, but Global Academy are singing.
They have to make this Kitsune count, right? You've got so much distance to make up now.
Yeah, you see Ahog getting in real hands dirty right now. You see Ippa as well, just looking nice tracking on Maple, Ghost has to be careful here. I think TP's away, uses the cleanse as well. That's the mines out. Look, nice bit of tracking from Snipe Dog, finds Ghost, looking for the Lucio as well. The mines in the background claim Ahog. Ippa finds Rift as well. I believe it was the mines doing so much damage. Lucky finding I2 in the background as well. Those mines doing so much, just forcing so many cooldowns that LMC just couldn't really survive anything.
Yeah, I think we've spoken a lot about sort of amazing players on LMC, but we've not spoken about any on Global, I feel. Was Injustice still from us. I think Yippa's, the pick potential that they got is insane. Yeah,
but now we see Maple back on their classic Illari. It's clearly something not working on this comp. They're going to go back to Comfort now. That's a call used by Global Academy. That's Party Dead falling early with the beat. It's a shock reminder from map 1. You don't want to see that again. The Primal invested in as well very early, and the rush from LMC. A hack coming on to Rift. Might take them out, but no, the cleanse does come out. I2 finding 2, and a stronger fight now from LMC off the back of Maple swapping to that Illari. A bit of a weird swap in this comp, but I mean, something that obviously is a comfort pick, and something that can get value just by swapping through raw mechanical skill.
I mean, if you're able to get a pick early and just sustain yourself just long enough to get that, you know, pick on someone and maybe even it out, it's, you know, it's something. It's more than what was happening before. And
we see the touch come in just before the bot reaches that checkpoint. That's be Ippa falling so early. Hack comes out onto the soldier. I2 falls to Timo. Snipe Dog falling very low, just trying to stall out this cart as well. The Sombra is on the high ground. Party Dead falls on the point. The Illari is hitting all the shots. That pylon cannot be dealt with as well, just sustaining the team around the point. And yeah, it's going to be the cap going in the way of LMC. A bit of a stronger look for them now, as we said, off the back of this Illari, and also ults on the board. This is scary now. The Maple, the Captive Sun, sorry, in the hands of Maple. They've snotted Snipe Dog looking for the backline. They've also got to be wary of this EMP.
The EMP is very dangerous.
If they catch Ghost with the EMP, this could be a lost fight for LMC very easily. Obviously, no beat, no cleanse off the back of that. I2 caught out very early, though, with the virus thrown at him. That necrotic damage is taking them down. Yeah, great start for Global Academy. They're going to look to try and get this bot back, but that's the captain.
It's a big stun, catches loose,
Party
yeah.
Dead falls very low, dies with B yet again. So much damage, coming in from the Alari. You can hear the explosions going off in the background. Arhug looking to follow up with more of the damage. That's a wild push thrown in then. I think Lucky might fall. Ooh. Lucky does fall. So much damage coming in from Arhug at the end there off the back of that captive Sun. No cooldowns on the side of Global Academy. They're just slowly trying to trade out, which Timo and Yipper are doing. A B thrown in and an EMP. This could be Arhug falling very low. They need to get that primal. Snipe Dog will be taken down. Arhug falls at 97%. Rift finds 2 with the Death Blossom and the mechanical skill to find Timo. This is so close. LMC slowly getting closer to this final checkpoint. It's so close, but the spawns are really in the favor of Global Academy right now. They're all on fast heroes. Their spawn is right next to where this spot is. Realistically, it's going to be so hard. Yes, the Kitsune thrown in. That's the Visor as well. Looking for picks, not going to find anything. So much damage from the Reaper. Snipe Dog falls early to Maple. The A2 finding a second. The Visor wearing out, but still has the aim to find. They've got to get rid of Yipper. That's Party Dead falling. Didn't have the beat this time, but can't do anything. Yipper will fall. LMC are going to take the cap, I believe. And with 3 seconds left, this is so close. The cap goes to LMC. They brought this back at the last second. It's Snipe Dog against the world right now, trying to find anything. Pops the adaptive shield. The Moira is back in play as well with the orbs. I believe Maple are trying to focus them. That's the right click from the Soldier. Arhug taking down Lucky as well. Captive Sun thrown in for good measure. Party Dead and Yipper will fall. And LMC are your Open Division 2 champions. They take the final map in a 4-0 victory. And what has to be an incredibly close game. Obviously, the scoreline doesn't show it, but an incredible game and incredible to see such good competition. And I'm losing my voice. Take it away, Mero.
You let me speak. Let me speak. Fred is very ill currently. That is an amazing game, amazing performance from both teams, and what a way to end it. You know, Global Academy definitely showing up. You know, very clinical comp, but it's LMC who do take the win.
Apologies for my dying. Yes, it was really an amazing map. I mean, an amazing map, an amazing match. I've said commiserations to Global Academy. It was a great showing from them. I believe. I mean, they only really got stomped. You could say. I mean, on Flashpoint, yeah, where it was a clean 3-0. But I mean, no maps were really a stomp on that one.
Yeah.
Obviously, it has to be said, a massive congratulations to LMC. I mean, we could probably tell from the last time we casted them, a really well-drilled team, popping off on all cylinders. Maple on the Alari, Ghost on that Baptiste, Arhug on the Winston. It's doing so much on those last 2 maps. But the 3 DPS as well of Arctic, Rift, and... you're going to have to help me here.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, no. The 3 DPS from LMC were doing so well. I feel so bad for the third one. Did I say Arctic? Arctic, Rift, and...
Oh, this is so fun to watch. Let's look at the replay.
I2. That's the one. Yes. I'm sorry, I2. Trust me. You are all very good. LMC just looking on a different class at times. Especially, we have to say, at the end of this map. I mean,
the Global started it very efficiently. Just so clinical.
And I think you could almost say Rift coming in as a... I mean, they didn't look at risk of losing the game, but for this last map, as like a hero sub on that Reaper.
Very interesting decision, yeah.
Finding those 2 picks at the end on the Reaper with the Hellfire shotguns and then the Death Blossom. Really, I think that... Honestly, I mean, I know the map went on for like a good 30 seconds after, but I think that sort of sealed the deal for them.
Oh yeah, they were very good at punishing the entire time, but you know, LMC composed themselves. Maple went, you know what, guys, let me go Lari real quick.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, for the side of Global Academy, this Sombra Tracer looked really good, I have to say. A bit surprised that they only pulled it out in this last map, where other maps, I mean, like Lishang, you probably could pull it out and get value with it if it's... I mean, they look well drilled. The Yipper and Timo were really syncing up a lot of times.
Yeah,
but, I mean, this play from Rift, I believe, here just really sealed the deal for them. I think that's what really
Just
confirmed
finish it off,
for LMC. I mean, it still could have gone either way. I mean, you could have expected Global Esports at the end a potential turnaround. You know, they had the closer spawns.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it didn't happen out for them. But yeah, again, a massive congratulations to LMC Esports. They are your Overwatch Division 2 Grand Champions in the Open Division. So yeah,
very well done.
Massive well done to them.
Congratulations.
I've been Alex.
I've been Will.
And I believe this will be it from us. I believe we do have some more grand finals coming up for you shortly. Keep up to date on our socials. We have Valorant next week. So
on Wednesday.
Yes, and we also have Rocket League. So
this will be
Valorant
at 4
and
p.m.
Rocket League. And we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you for watching.